everyone, welcome back. We are going to be doing another all signs reading today. I thought that we could do a 2025 reflections reading, just looking into this past year and any of the main lessons that were being brought forth to us for us to work through, for us to learn, the current energy that we're in, as well as, what we're stepping forward into, what did we learn? What wisdom are we taking with us into the new year? So I am going to be starting with Capricorn since we are in Capricorn season. Feel free to check out the timestamps down below so that you can skip to your reading. I recommend you listen to your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. But you could really use this reading however you see fit. You can check out your Venus sign, for example, or your Jupiter, just to see if there's a potential message in there for you, especially if there's like some major transits happening in your birth chart with any particular planet that you want to check out. So yes, the timestamps will be included down below so that you can just jump straight to your message. So Capricorn, we are going to be starting with you since it is Capricorn season. So we are going to be looking into 2025 reflections. What lessons have you learned? What energy you're in currently? Any messages from spirit about how to move forward, any advice, so that you know what you should be integrating, or the wisdom that you should be applying moving forward as we move into this new year. So let's take a look. So let's take a look for you, Capricorn. Again, we are doing a 5-card spread. So let's see, what is your message regarding 2025 reflections? Let's see what wants to come through for you. Oh my god, the cards are like flying out. 2 fell, but they did not flip, so we are going to keep shuffling. I'm just looking for one more card for you guys. Let me shuffle these carefully because they are chatty today. Let's see. And we got 2 anyway. Oh, we got 3. Okay. Let's see. Alrighty. So Capricorn. So I'm seeing the energy that you could be in currently right now is like indecisive or not wanting to deal with something. It's like there's something that you have to face, something that you have to acknowledge, something that you have to deal with, and you're just like, not today. Satan, not today. You're just like, yes, I know there's something pending, I know there's something that needs my attention, there's like an elephant in the room, but you're just like either not feeling up for it or like stalling in some way. Like or maybe you need time to still think about how it is that you're going to approach this situation moving forward. It is the holiday season, so maybe you're just like waiting for all of that to settle down before you really face something that looks like scary, or it just looks like something that you've been like avoiding or just not really sure, like you don't know how to acknowledge it or like how to approach it, how to resolve it. And so you just stay kind of stagnant, kind of stuck. So this is actually really interesting, Capricorn. What I'm seeing for you guys, like the main lesson of 2025 for you guys, it's just like letting yourself be who you fully, truly are, like letting that really shine, letting that really come forward, like becoming what you're meant to become. And just like really being real and truthful about, like your beliefs or what it is that you want to do, how it is that you want to move forward, what it is that you want to invest in, what it is that you want to invite into your life. Like what is it that you want to put time and energy into so that it can like grow, so that it can flourish, so that it can come in. Like you're making room for this thing to come in, to grow in your life, to take root. I feel like 2025 has been very expansive for you guys. I'm seeing you guys like making lots of plans and like accomplishing them, like conquering them, expanding. And maybe you've just been expanding like really quickly, like it's just happening really fast. And it could be like overwhelming sometimes. It could feel overwhelming. But this looks like really strong energy overall. Spirit is telling you to keep going. I feel like you have a very clear vision of where it is that you want to go and what it is that you want to manifest for yourself and what it is that, you know, you want to invite into your life. What would make you happy to welcome into your life, you know? And like, I feel like you have that pinpointed. So you know exactly like the plans that you have to make in order to bring that into fruition. So I'm seeing a lot of clarity here, but it's almost like so much clarity that it's like, okay, well, all I have to do is like just put this into action, you know, and boom, there it is, you know. Maybe that's the part that's scary, is like the pace. Like, you know that things can happen and manifest at such a quick rate, you know, like the second that you make plans for it and then that you follow through with the plans that you execute, you know that you're going to start seeing results right away, or that you can. And that's the part that has you a little bit like shooketh is what I'm hearing. It's like, okay, well, this is it. Like, all I have to do is jump. And it's like, am I ready? Like, am I ready for this? Like, for the changes that are going to happen, for the growth, the expansion. And yeah, so like Spirit is basically nudging you to keep going, to move forward, you know, to keep growing, to keep furthering yourself, to keep broadening your horizons, and to just keep going, like fly higher. They're saying like, yeah, like the sky is the limit, you know, like keep going, fly higher. Don't be scared now, you know, like take the plunge. They want you to be very bold, very confident, very sure of yourself. They want you to have a lot of passion, a lot of conviction, and they just want you to keep showing up, you know, to follow through, to execute, to just be very large and in charge, you know, very in control of yourself and what it is that you're moving towards, what it is that you're moving forward into, and like what it is that you're manifesting, who it is that you're becoming. You know, I feel like who it is that you're becoming like very passionate, very powerful. Like you have like this strong like energy. It's like this strong surge of energy behind you. Like you're just very potent. And they want you to step into that. Just step into it, because it's like meant to be. This is like meant to be. This is you becoming. This is you blooming. So it's kind of like, don't get in the way of like your own progression and growth and abundance and stuff. Support yourself in that, you know, like be a willing participant, because it's kind of like it's gonna happen anyway. So help it, you know, like be a willing participant to help that energy forward, to push that forward, to put that in motion, you know. So yeah, Capricorn, this is super powerful. I feel like the wisdom you're stepping into, you know, what you're integrating and carrying forward is like the knowledge to know exactly how it is to succeed. I feel like you figured it out, you know, for yourself in your own life, you know, like you figured out, you gathered the information, you figured out like the blueprint, you know, to success, you know, how to be victorious, how to win. And I just feel you just being on the go, like being on the move, being very disciplined, like being very about it. So yeah, Capricorn, congratulations. Like this message is saying, keep going, keep flying higher. You are truly stepping into your own, you know, like you're stepping into your own lane, your own path, like what's meant for you, your like most authentic self, you know, like your highest potential. I feel like you've unlocked something, and it's only up from here, honestly, which is amazing. So good luck with that, Capricorn. I hope that you enjoyed this message. I hope that it resonated. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Aquarius, let's see, what are your 2025 reflections? You know, we're looking into the main energy that you learned this year, your current energy right now, advice from Spirit, and you know, what you're integrating and carrying forward into the new year. So let's take a look, Aquarius. So 2 cards did come out and they flipped, but I'm like weary because these cards came out for Capricorn and they were like right next to each other. So maybe it's just a matter of like I didn't shuffle enough. So let me try that again for you guys. Just want to make sure I get an accurate message. If they're meant to come out, they'll come out. All right. All right, Aquarius. So let's take a look at your 2025 reflections. Okay. 2025 reflections for Aquarius. One more card for you. Okay. Okay, Aquarius. So let's see. So I'm seeing that the current energy that you're in right now is one of completion. I feel like you've completed a cycle. You feel like you finished something, like you're at the end of something. And it's a good ending, you know, it's like a triumphant ending. Like it's an end, but it's like you succeeded, you know what I mean? Like it's a successful kind of an energy. Like, oh, I did that, you know, whatever it was, whatever journey it was that you were embarked on, it looks like you completed it, like you finished it. So if it's not that, it could be that you're at the start of a journey, and whatever you're at the start of, I feel like it's something that is going to be in your life like forever. Okay, so either you're having like a really strong ending, you completed something, you finished something, and you're feeling very like strong, like capable, like yes, I did that, you know, like I put blood, sweat, and tears into that, you know, like that was really hard, but I did it. That was a long, hard journey. I had to show up, I had to be strong, but I did what I had to do, and I finished it, you know, like I accomplished it, I completed it. Or like I said, it's that you are like having like a new start, and I feel like it's within yourself. Okay, like I feel like your new beginning, your new start is like an idea, like an energy about yourself of like, wow, I'm really strong, I'm really powerful, I'm really capable, I can do whatever I set my mind on. It's like a newfound sense of identity. And I feel that if this is the scenario that's resonating for you, it could be one or both of these scenarios that's resonating for you. But if this is the one that's ringing true, I feel like you are going to carry this sense of self, this sense of identity with you for life, forever. Like this year showed you what you're made of, and that you can overcome, you know, that you can persevere, that you can be strong and powerful. And whatever it is that you went through this year, it's like what you needed to really believe in yourself moving forward. Like whatever obstacles, whatever comes your way, it's like you're always going to have this optimism that you can get through, that you can do it because you got through this year, you know? I'm hearing like Against All Odds. There's also a Mariah Carey song called Against All Odds, so I don't know if that resonates. But yeah, this is really good. I feel like this year wasn't, it's like, it could be like you didn't get what you wanted, you know what I mean? It could have been a year of like struggle and obstacles and stuff and like overcoming and striving. But it really affected like your, again, like your sense of self. Like you didn't get what you wanted, but it's like what it did give you was an opportunity to see how strong you are. And it's almost like if I could do this, then I could do anything. And so you have like this new energy where it's like you're just feeling very good and very optimistic about the future, you know, like you are approaching it with an open heart and expecting the best, you know, ready for the journey, you know, like ready for the spontaneity of it all. And just you have like a strong self-trust, like a trust in self, like, okay, come at me, you know, like maybe you're like, nothing could be as bad as that. If I could do that, like, come at me, I'm ready, you know? So yeah, that's really good. I don't think that things went your way this year. I really don't. But it's like, even though they didn't go your way, you gained something out of that. There was something else that you did gain from things not going your way and having to go through the hardships. And even if, you know, your scenario was the one that you did accomplish something, you did complete something, you were successful with something, it's like a successful end to a chapter, you know, like mastering something, then that's what could be giving you that sense as well. Like that sense of like strength within yourself, where you're recognizing like, well, if I could do that, then I can do anything. Like I'm seeing my strength and I'm ready. I'm ready for what's to come. You know, like you're not afraid of what's to come. And like it doesn't look very smooth sailing either. Again, like there is a sense of like something didn't go your way, or like, you know, this is not what reflects your happiness, or this isn't what you wanted. But the way that you are like moving forward into it, it's really positive, you know? Like you're deciding to move into like some shaky waters, some choppy waters, optimistically. So let me see exactly what this is, if we can get more information. It's like the end of, it could be like the end of something familial, traditions, something that's been well established, something financially. You could be switching jobs, switching careers, breaking a generational curse, a pattern, something that was like ingrained, or just like generational like trauma, wounds that caused a lot of like chaos and competitive kind of energy, bickering, fighting. It could have just been like I heard it could have just been effing your ish up. But it's like you are you overcame it. You're transforming it, and it was something that was like really entrenched, like really ingrained, but you faced it. Okay, like the opportunity arose for you to face something and you did it. So I feel like it's time for you to like now see the other side of this, like have your new beginning, have your new start, having like resolved something about this. Whether it's not resolved completely, there's definitely like a phase or something that you've completed in that process. And I'm just seeing that you are like coming more into alignment, you know, with yourself, bringing more balanced energy, healthy energy, happy energy. Like wherever things were disrupted, you know, like tangled and twisted, it's like you're combing it out, like you're detangling it, like you are smoothing it out. And it could feel in a sense like a homecoming, like coming back home to yourself, because it is, I see here, like influencing like your identity, your sense of self. So yeah, Aquarius, that was your message. I truly hope that message has served you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope to see you around here again soon. Take good care of yourself, and until next time. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and move on to the next sign, which is Pisces. So let's see, Pisces. We're doing 2025 reflections. So we are looking into what was like the main energy of the year, the lesson that you were working through, that you learned, the current energy that you're in today, any advice from spirit, and the wisdom that you are stepping into. Like, what are you carrying forward? What seeds could you be planting in 2026? Let's take a look. I just heard that Mulan song. When will my reflections show who I am inside? But let's see if that resonates at all with what's coming through here. Okay, so let's see what we have. Okay, Pisces, so what I'm seeing here is like you being so ready for a change, for a movement in your life. I feel like you want to have like a fast-paced kind of an energy, like you're craving that. But it could just be that this year, it was like a year to like build, to really set down like a solid foundation, to do that groundwork, you know, that on the surface, it appears like not a lot of movement is happening, because I do feel like you wanted to move. Maybe you wanted things to move quicker. You're craving movement. You're craving like speed, you know, impact. But this year could have just been like very slow moving again, like tending to your garden and like making sure everything is where it needs to be. And like, you know, metaphorically speaking, like all the seeds, that work well together, that grow well together, like that those are together, and that, you know, you put everything where it needs to be, and you spaced everything, and like you structured everything, and you know, you're doing what you have to do. You're being very like routine oriented to make sure that everything is supported and nourished and in the right spot, in the right place, so that when it does grow, you know, like when that movement does start to happen, everything is in alignment and can like flow smoothly. But right now it's like you need to lay down the groundwork first, the foundation. So that can be very time consuming, and it can also feel like you're not getting anything in return for that. You know, like you could feel like this is all you're doing, like you're dedicating yourself, you're showing up every day, but not a lot of return, right? But that's just like the part of the process that you're in. It could have been this year, that was just the part of the process that you were in. But maybe it does have you kind of like second guessing yourself, like wondering, am I investing in the right things? Am I doing the right things? I'm not seeing a return. I'm not seeing much movement. Am I doing something wrong, or am I just mistaken? Should I not be investing into this? But I really do think that that mentality is a mistake, because everything takes time, you know? I know we live in a society where like we like fast progress, and you know, we want things to happen like almost instantaneously, and if it doesn't, then it's like, what's the problem? You know, what am I doing wrong? I really don't think you're doing anything wrong. I think that you just have to keep doing what you're doing, keep investing into something, and know that things take time. Things take time to grow, to cultivate, to become. And you just have to be present in that and patient and allow things to unfold and to progress in its own timing. It looks like you know, like you're working on something big. So give it time to come together. Don't be so in a rush. I think spirit is just telling you, like, put your head down. Like, just put your head down and work. Just stay focused, stay present, do what it is that you have to do, like one step ahead of the other. Focus on like the task at hand, and then when you're done with that one, then focus on the next one, and just keep moving like that, so that you're not so like hyper fixated on the outcome. You know, it's like you're like, where's the outcome? I just want to see the outcome. I just want to see the end result. And it's like you have to have more of a process oriented mindset. And in order to do that, you know, that does require you to just be present in the moment, and just, again, like focus on what you're doing. And then when that's done, then focus on the next thing, and just go like that. And then like one day, before you know it, you're going to look up, and then you're going to see like all of your work, all of your hard work, all of your effort. You're going to see like what you were building, what you were creating, and you're going to see it like manifest. You're going to see it come into fruition. But right now you're just in the part of the process where it's like, again, like laying down that foundation, like that hard work that you do in the beginning, like that startup work. And yeah, like spirit is just saying that maybe you had unrealistic expectations of like how quick something was going to happen, how quick something was going to like manifest, or you thought it was going to be easy, or you thought it was going to be easier, or you thought like it was going to change right away, that you were going to see like instant results or instant movement, instant change. And this is meant to take time. It's meant to be cultivated. There really are no shortcuts here. And this process is also like, I'm hearing making a man out of you, which is another Mulan song, isn't it? That's hilarious. Yeah, Mulan coming through heavy. I don't know. Take it how it resonates. But yeah, this is like strengthening you in some way, like strengthening like your masculine side, the side that is responsible and that upholds structure and order. And I don't know, like maybe you're really learning like how to provide something, how to be a provider, like how to see things through and show up, and like how to carry this responsibility. So yeah, I just feel like 2025 for you could have just been you like learning that things take time, and like learning about process oriented mindsets and realities, and about patience, and like laying down the foundation, putting in that like hard work at the start, at the beginning, without a lot of return, and like still like continuing to show up for it, still continuing to push, to work at it. Because when you see the results of your labor, like when you see the fruit of your labor, you're gonna know like this was not luck, you know, this was not just handed to me. Like, this is right on time. Like, I deserve this. I worked for this, you know? And then, I don't know, I feel like you're gonna learn like what it really took, like what it really takes. And that's going to help like shape you in some way, help grow you in some way, refine you in some way. And I'm seeing like it's in your masculinity and your masculine energy. It doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man, we all have masculine and feminine energies. It's like in your doing energy, you know, how you show up, the actions you take, the things that you uphold, the things that you like protect, you know, that sort of thing. So yeah, Pisces, that's awesome. That sounds really good. Sounds very productive. So I really hope that this message has served you. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Okay, moving on to Aries. Hey Aries, today we are going to be doing a 2025 reflections, looking into the main energy of the year, like what was the main lesson that you were learning, working through, what is your current energy, any advice from Spirit about how to move forward, how to integrate what you've been learning, the lessons, the growth that you're carrying into the new year. So let's take a look. We are going to be pulling a 5-card spread. I made sure to shuffle the cards very well. So let's see. 2025 reflections for Aries. Oh, perfect. Okay. So Aries, the energy that you could be in right now is like having to face something. You know, I feel like something is coming up into your awareness, and it's like you know that you need to make some kind of decision or some kind of call to action here. You know, something is required on your end, on your part, because maybe you've reached some sort of a boiling point with something. And I just feel like something cannot just go unacknowledged anymore. Maybe you were trying to get ahead and persevere under like really dire conditions. Maybe you've been like very exhausted. It's like you've been trying to live your life and like do what it is that you have to do, but under like difficult circumstances, and like you haven't faced what those circumstances are or something. It's like something could be making your life harder, something could be making your life more difficult, but you were just trying to like persevere through that. And I feel like you could have reached a boiling point where now you're being faced with like the reality of like having to really assess the situation and like make a decision, like, okay, is this the most effective way that I could be doing things? Am I like tolerating something that I shouldn't be, or doing something in a way that is just, it's so difficult, you know? It's like going against the grain. It's like an uphill battle, but it's like you're choosing that, like you continuously choose to go that way. And now you're being put in the position where it's like now you really have to sit down and like assess, like, okay, do I want to keep doing that in that way? Like, do I want to keep moving in that direction? Because maybe you're seeing like that it's just making things harder on you, and like you're already so exhausted, and maybe like you need to like find release, you know, like alleviate, like take some things off of you where need be, you know? So yeah, I'm seeing that the advice for you is to be like discerning and to make cuts where you need to cut. I feel like you are seeing like what it is that you're doing. Like there's something that you're doing, I think, like in your routine and your lifestyle, something that isn't working. Like it's not working and it's hard for you to maintain it. And Spirit wants you to like see the truth about that and to like cut it out. Make the decision to like take out what is continuously making you feel like wounded, like a wounded warrior, you know, exhausted, like what's consistently like draining you, or if something's affecting you in a negative way, you know, like maybe you're around someone that like stirs certain emotions, and it's like, okay, like maybe I shouldn't put myself in that position to be around that person because they stir certain emotions and I need to like look out for myself, you know what I mean? I want to preserve my peace. Like I don't want to be so stressed. Or it's like you're doing something that is just causing a lot of stress. It's like it's hard. And like, I don't think it has to be. It's like you're choosing to go that route. Even though it's so difficult, and like Spirit is saying it's time for you to take a look at what is like contributing this kind of energy into your life in some form or fashion, that it's like you feel like you're at a boiling point or like a breaking point, like you feel like you're gonna blow up, you know, like you're gonna explode. This could be emotionally or like health wise or just energetically, like you just don't have the energy anymore to keep this up. But yeah, like you're being faced with a decision, like the decision to cut things off that like contribute this kind of energy into your life. So that could have been what 2025 was for you, is like recognizing where you're like putting too much effort, trying too hard. Or if it's not that, it's like, what are you clinging to that isn't in alignment with you? You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't work well with you. It's not agreeable with you, but yet like you keep trying to like go that way, you know, like push. And it's like, you don't have to be doing that. You know what I mean? So it's being able to have the discernment to recognize this energy and to cut it out, because certain things in life like are difficult. You know what I mean? Like it is hard, and you do have to take the long way and the hard way. But I feel like you're doing that in some way, and it's like for no reason. It's like it's in vain. And so the lesson for you this year could have been like to pinpoint those things and to prioritize like your peace and your safety and your energy and like your stress, you know, like your cortisol levels, and stop making things harder than they need to be. Like stop making it harder for yourself, you know? It's all about like alleviating like pressure. And yeah, I feel like that's the wisdom that you're stepping into. Like maybe you have like a better sense of these things. Like this year was all about being able to like manage your energy more efficiently, making cuts where need be, seeing where things were like harmful and destructive, not doing anything for you, but causing harm for no reason, and like making that active decision to cut it out, you know, to find a new path, a new way. If it means, you know, like you're gonna feel better. Okay, Aries, so that was your 2025 reflections. I truly hope this message has served you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Hey Taurus, today we are going to be doing 2025 reflections. We're going to be looking at the main energy surrounding the main lesson that you could have learned in 2025, your current energy today, some advice from Spirit about what wisdom you're carrying forward into the new year, and you know, like what you're stepping into. So let's take a look for you, Taurus, 2025 reflections. Let's see what comes through for you. Oh, and she flipped, so we are going to grab her. Okay, and we just need one more for you, Taurus. Ooh. Alrighty. So let's see what we have here. Okay, Taurus, so what I'm seeing for you is the energy that you could be in currently is either you have your mind like focused on a bunch of different things. Like either you just have like a lot on your plate, a lot on your mind, a lot that you have to focus on, a lot that you have to think about, worry. Or it could just be that your energy is very scattered or like very confused, like hazy, like you're not seeing things accurately. But the main lesson that I'm seeing that you guys were learning in 2025 is how to balance things. Yeah, I feel like you're a very busy bee, Taurus, or like you have a lot of aspirations or a lot of goals, and you could be giving to like a million things at one time. And so in order for you to really be successful like in your endeavors, like you have to really learn how to like manage your time, manage your energy, balance yourself out, not like stress yourself out and be all over the place and be thinking about this and be doing a task but your mind is over there. It's like how to be present, peaceful, how to invite that in, how to give everything on your mind like sufficient time, like the time that it needs and deserves, so that you can get things done in a way that is like effective and high quality. And you know, just like moving through everything in a way that's peaceful and balanced. Yes, I feel like your advice is that you have to have a little more structure, or like a system, like a better system, a system that's going to work better for you. Because maybe the system that you are operating under right now is just like, it's hazy, right? And it's just it's difficult. It's like, I don't know if it's that you're focusing on like way too many tasks all at one time. And I feel like you could be doing that because like you want to be seen. You know, it's like maybe you feel like you're rushed, or you know, you have to be doing everything all at once because it's like you want to be seen, you want to be noticed, you want to like have stuff to put out there or show, stuff that you're doing, that you're working on, or something like that. You know, like you want to be praised and acknowledged and seen. And so maybe that's what causes you to like overwork yourself, or like overcompensate, or like be focused on like a million things at once. But when you're focused on a million things at once, it's kind of like none of them get done correctly. Or even if they do get done correctly, I feel like it's at the expense of you, like your stress levels, your energy levels. Like you could reach burnout. Like Spirit is saying, it doesn't have to be so difficult if you just created like a better structure, planned things out differently, like had a different order, you know? So yeah, like 2025 for you could have just been like, how do I manage everything? Like, how do I do it all, you know, effectively and efficiently, in a way that it's like everything is getting done to my highest standards, you know, like standards are being met, the expectations are being reached, you know, and I'm not like killing myself to do it, to get there. I'm able to do everything I want to do, produce, you know, but in a way that is like sustaining, you know, like that you have like a system that works. So that is what you should have learned this year, because I'm seeing like you're still learning it. I'm seeing like maybe you're not seeing this right yet. Because I am seeing you still like putting like burning yourself out. Like maybe you're just not working, like you haven't found a system that works for you yet. And so like you're burning yourself out. And yeah, like you're reaching a breaking point, a boiling point. And it doesn't have to be like that. Like there's something that you're doing that isn't working. And so you have to find a different method, a different approach. Yeah, so I feel like a big message, like a big component to this, right, that you could be missing, because I'm seeing that you're not seeing something like clearly here. Okay, so what's clear to me is you have amazing work ethic. Like you hold yourself up to like a high standard, you know what I mean? But I feel like your downfall is that you want other people to see it too. You want to be in the spotlight, or you want to have some kind of spotlight. Like you want to do everything that you do, and then like you want to show off about it. Like you want people to know, like you want people to see everything that you do, you know, like it's like you want to show off, or like you want to like be public about it. Or again, like maybe you want praise, so it's like you want to take it all on and like prove how capable you are, how productive you are. And that can be your downfall, because I feel like because of that, like because you want that praise, that those accolades, that acknowledgement, that public acknowledgement of your work and what it is that you do, what it is that you offer, that could be why like you overwork yourself, or like overcompensate, or do too much, you know, bend over backwards. And we have to take care of ourselves, you know what I mean? Like we're human, and we have to take care of our bodies and our hormones, like our cortisol levels, our health, our sleep, like our well-being, you know? So Spirit is saying like there's a way that you can accomplish everything you want to accomplish, but just do it in a way that's like more sustaining. Because like what you're doing right now is not sustaining. And I feel like it's not sustaining to you, like to yourself, you know? Like you're only harming yourself. And it's because like it's almost like you want to show off, or you want attention, or you, again, like you want to prove something. You feel like you have something to prove, and Spirit is saying like, you know who you are, you know your heart, you know your work ethic, like you know how hard you work and like what you do and what you put in, and you know, like your efficiency and like your standards, and they want that to be enough. Like they want you like your own validation to be enough and not be seeking it and craving it from the external. Like they want you to be your own witness is what I'm seeing here. Okay, Taurus, so those are your 2025 reflections. Those could be the themes that you were working through, things that you were, you know, cultivating, wisdom that you were growing into. That's really going to help you move forward and plant seeds for 2026. Okay, so that was your message. I truly hope that message has served you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Take good care of yourselves, and until next time. Okay, Gemini, we are going to be doing 2025 reflections. We are going to be looking at the main lesson that you were learning in 2025, as well as your current energy today. Advice from Spirit about what you're integrating, carrying forward, what wisdom you're stepping into, so on and so forth. You know, the energy that you are taking with you into 2026. So let's take a look for you. We are going to be doing a 5-card spread. We got 1 card. So let's see what is coming out for Gemini. What does Gemini need to know as far as 2025 reflections are concerned? Let's take a look. I'm already saying that I'm going to need to pull clarifiers. But the energy that you're in right now is a really solid energy. It's a really stable energy. You seem to just be very about your business, very about your responsibilities, and, you know, like maintaining those things, providing what you need to provide, giving what it is that you need to provide. You seem to be like just very about it, okay? Very responsible, being very practical. But the lesson that you were supposed to learn, oh my God, this is so interesting. Okay. So the main lesson of this year that you were learning, I think it has to do with like fluidity and like nuance, which I attach to the Gemini energy. Like when I think about Gemini, that's what I think about, is like that nuance kind of an energy, like things not being so black and white. So it could be that your current energy right now is very black and white. Like it is very practical, like very realistic, you know, like rooted in what's real, what you can see, taste, touch, feel, and what you could be called to work on are those nuances, are those things, like those subtleties, those things that work beneath the surface, that are very fluid, you know, that you can't really categorize, you can't really label, you know, because it's so its own thing and like spontaneous. You know, like I said, it's very fluid. It's the subtleties. It's like what's working beneath the surface, like the dream-like stuff. So when you think about dreams, you know, it's like it's not something that you can actually, it's not physical, it's not tangible, it's abstract. And so the main energy of the lesson that you're working through this year had to do with those things that were abstract. So yeah, like understanding like the underlying influences of things, like emotions, undercurrents, you know, what's beneath the surface, what cannot be readily discerned and seen, because it's not so obvious, it's not so tangible. I feel like you had a strong focus on what's obvious and what's tangible, but you're missing like the connection, like how you connect to something. Like you're missing a main part to how something is working. You know what I mean? Like there's like an influence that you're not taking into account, but it exists, it's real, it's there. And so because you're not taking it into account, it's almost like there's like a carelessness here. I think that's the wrong word. It's not a carelessness, it's a shallow, like it's very unaware or inconsiderate, not focused on the depth of something. I think that maybe you feel like as long as like you're doing what it is that you have to do, like you're carrying out your responsibilities, you're showing up in the way that you have to every single day, You're providing what it is that you need to provide. Like, you think that's it, that there's all there is to it. But there's something that's much more deep. There's something else that you're not considering, that you're not looking at. Again, like the emotional aspect, the emotional components. It's like, well, I did what I had to do. Like, I paid the bill, I paid the rent, so you have a roof over your head. But it could be like that the person that you're providing for, whether it's your children, a significant other, parents, whoever it is, a friend, whoever it is like they need something emotional from you. But this is just an example, by the way. But it's like, you think like you're doing your part, you think you're doing enough, because it's like, well, I paid the bills, like I paid the rent, like that's it, that was my part. You have a roof over your head. Like, why is that not enough? And it's like, because there are other needs that people have, not just physical ones, not just material ones. We are also emotional beings, and and we also have emotional needs, and like a need for like connection, and like to bond, and to be witnessed and seen and acknowledged. And so maybe it's like that you aren't much of a nurturer, like you don't know how to support people or be there for people through dark times, or how to help them feel better, like navigate like troublesome waters, like emotions, like fears or traumas or triggers. It's like those things exist and they play a role, but you don't take that into consideration, you don't take that into account. So it could be like that you aren't considering the people around you or the people you provide for in this way, or there's something in general, like in your life, that you're not looking at that side of. And it's a very real side, but it's like you're not looking at it, you're not focused there. You're only focused on what you can see, on what's real, tangible, material. But there are other things that are abstract, working beneath the surface, that are fluid, that you can't see, that you can't physically grasp. And it's making an influence here. And it could be like that you are confused about something, and it's because you're not taking that part into consideration. So you could be confused about something because you could be like, I don't get it. Like, I'm doing what I have to do. I'm carrying out my responsibilities, or like I'm making the money, or like, what more can I do? And it's because something else is like going unseen, or it's unaddressed. This could even be towards yourself. Like, if none of the other scenarios are ringing a bell, this could be like, my material world is taken care of. I have everything that I need. I have a roof over my head. I have food. I have money in the bank. I have a job, a stable job. What's missing? On the outside, like I have it all. I have it together. What's missing? And it's like, you aren't considering something that lies within. It lies in like your emotions. It's like emotional suppression. You're suppressing something. Again, because it could be difficult to look at, like fears, triggers, wounds, just like things that are maladaptive behaviors. It's like you needed it at one point to survive, but now it's really not serving you, having these kind of like patterns or behaviors or something. And it's like you can't make sense out of it, or something is very confused for you. And it's because like you're not going where you need to go, which is within, to your emotional space, to that more like feminine energy, to those more feminine realms. There's something going on there that you aren't considering, whether it's with yourself, with people you live with, just life in general. Like, you could be like, I don't understand, like, why do people behave in this way, or why do they act in this way, or why is this the energy? And it's like, because there's something you're not taking into account. You're only taking into account like what you can see. It's like, well, you look good, or you have a good job, or you're well taken care of, you're provided for. What's the problem? I don't understand. It's like, the problem is emotional. There are certain needs that if they don't get met, our nervous system, like, it tries to like survive. It starts to recognize like in the ways that our needs aren't being met, and we tend to like adapt to whatever that is. And everybody has different like manifestations of what that can look like, and when you adapt, you do it like as a means of survival. But then eventually, as you grow up or something, because a lot of the stuff like usually happens in childhood, or some kind of trauma, or like ongoing trauma. But usually like a point is reached where those adaptive behaviors or patterns that you took on, or that people around you take on, like it starts to not serve them, it starts to not work, and then that's when it can start manifesting in a way that is harmful or like confusing, or like you don't know, like where's this coming from, like where's this energy coming from, or why do they act like that, or what's wrong with me, you know? Or just simply like not understanding something about life itself. But mostly what I'm seeing is like this has to do with yourself. Like you need to, I think, cultivate like your feminine side more. I think your masculine side is very strong, but it's like you need to be more nurturing and know that it's not only about like giving somebody money and like resources, you know, and like taking care of them in a material way. It's like also about like connection and support and acknowledgement and love and like bonding, like whatever they may need, like, or what you need, or like people in the world, you know. There's just something here that you're not understanding, you're not grasping, and this is where it's coming from. It's like because you lack this understanding of this energy. That definitely plays a role. It plays a part, but it's hard to like pinpoint it or discern it because it is very like fluid and underneath the surface. It's unseen. It's very spontaneous. That's why it can be difficult, because, and that's why I feel like this message it can be confusing, because there's not one way that it can manifest. Like this can manifest in so many different ways. And that's like that spontaneous, you know, feminine, fluid, nuanced nature to it, you know? So yeah. So you're supposed to kind of like lean more into this feminine energy and like learn this feminine energy and take it into account, take it into consideration, because again, it does play a role and it affects and influences things, but things can get hazy and confused when you're not accounting for that. Like you're not accounting for how that energy is affecting and influencing things. So that's why you're like, huh? Question mark, like confused. But that energy is there. And when you can like spotlight it, you know, focus on it, then you can start to understand it. Okay? Then things aren't so confused anymore. Then you start to realize, like recognize, like, oh, maybe that's why they're acting like this, or you're being triggered, or this is a fear, or this is like an unmet need, this is a maladaptive behavior that this person now has, you know, because of like past traumas and like ways that they tried to like survive, or that you tried to survive, you know. However this goes, this could go, this is a general message, right? So it could, like, multiple of these scenarios could be true for each of you. So just take it as it resonates. But yeah, I'm seeing like that you need to like be more nourishing, more supportive, like more, like have more of a connection, more of a warmth, and understand that it's not just about money and providing and material things, that other things are also important. There's a whole nother side of the coin that you seem to just completely be neglecting. And so it can come off as very like inconsiderate, like a lack of awareness, like a lack of self-awareness, or just like a lack of care for other people's like emotional state, or like sensitivities or insecurities, fears, maybe like how you impact, you know, this state or this side of people. Someone could look like they're doing amazing on the outside, but be completely broken and ruined and affected internally. And maybe that didn't make sense to you, but that was like the lesson of this year, was for you to try to start like connecting those dots and trying to see like how that does make sense. Yeah. Like going beneath the surface and looking at that side of the coin, at that side of things, because it's going to impact you being more whole. I feel like there's like a side of you that you're just completely like ignoring or unaware of, and it does make things very confused. Or it can just make you also someone that is like very like I said, like just not mindful, not considerate, like not deep, just unaware of like your impact. Like you think like it's all fun and games and it's like all like haha jokes, and it's like no. Or maybe that's how you think, that's what you think people need. Like maybe you're like, oh, you just need a night out, like you just need some music and to dance, get it out of your system. But really like that person needs something more, something deeper. Like they need like a mother's love or like warmth, compassion, someone to take care of them, you know, care, you know. So yeah, it's just understanding that feminine energy more. So yeah, Gemini, that was long-winded. I hope I did a good job explaining that. Yes, so that was your message for 2025 reflections, wisdom that you're stepping into or integrating. I feel like everyone is, you know, different levels, different parts of the process, but I think that's the general direction, okay? So I truly hope that message served you. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and until next time. Cancer, we are going to be doing 2025 reflections on the main energy or the main lesson that you were working through learning this year, your current energy now, any advice from spirit about what you're integrating, what you're carrying forward, any like wisdom you're stepping into the new year. So let's take a look at what comes out for you. What comes out for you, Cancer? We are doing a 5-card spread today. So let's see, 2025 reflections for Cancer. Ooh, is this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Okay, it's just 2 extra cards. Okay. So let's see what we have here. So I'm seeing that you guys are like in a very like stern, it feels like emotionally cut off place. Like you're just like looking at the facts, like looking at the information, looking at the data and acting accordingly, not really taking into account like emotions, connection, friendship, that sort of thing. It's like just being very, I'm hearing on a high horse. It's like, but I feel like you do have like a bird's eye view of something and you're just trying to like maintain something, and just be very like matter of fact, right? So that could be your current energy, but the lesson, the main energy, the main lesson that you were working through 2025, I think it was supposed to be like on friendship, on connection, on like having a soul family, a soul pod, people that you feel very seen by, or that they feel seen by you, that you guys just feel very comfortable with. Like everyone feels comfortable and like, you know, they can just like let their hair down and they can just feel very relaxed with, because they know that like these are my people, this is my family, these people love me, they have my best interest at heart. I don't have to like worry about what I say around these people. It's never gonna like come back to bite me because these people are trustworthy. So maybe this year, yeah, I feel like you were supposed to like lean into that, like lean into friendship and trusting people and like being a part of a group. But you are looking to me right now like you're very independent, or you're like not in that like lovey-dovey kind of an energy of like being a part of a group. Like if you were in a group right now, like you'd be that person that is like stone face and like is just letting people have it, you know, like giving them the business and not caring about how it's affecting them or impacting them, or, you know, it's like these are the rules. And it's like, yeah, I understand those are the rules, but like, you know, this is the situation. And it's like, no, those are the rules. I don't care what the situation is. It's like very unbendable, like not flexible, is the energy you look to be in right now. But the main lesson of this year was like friendship and connection and like soul family. So maybe there was just like a focus for you guys on like relationships of the past, your past friendships. I don't know. Let me get some clarifiers here, because this could go either way. It could say that like you need to be more of a friend, but you're not being a friend. Like you're staying very like logical about things. Or it could be that you are like reflecting on your friendships or your past relationships, or like the relationships that you've had over a long period of time. And maybe you were very loving and very open and forgiving and trusting, but like you had to learn the hard way that like, you know, maybe you were being in that energy with like the wrong people or something, and like now you could be closed off or something. Like there's pain, there's hurt that you have surrounding friendship and relationships because like you've been burned in the past. And if that's the case, I think the advice is that, you know, this too shall pass. Like this is just like a season that you're in. This is just a season of life that you're in, and things will grow again, things will bloom again. Like you will come out of a hard, difficult time, relationships wise maybe, and you will be able to be in friends groups where you are seen and appreciated and acknowledged. And you know, like there will be a springtime, like when it comes to relationships. Maybe right now it's not that time. Like maybe right now you feel like you have to be very cold, you know, and like calculated or like disconnected or something, because I feel like 2025 could have been a year for you that was, again, like focusing on your relationships and like you getting real about the dynamics and what was occurring in those relationships. And so maybe you had to disconnect, and I feel like you could be sad about this, and Spirit is saying like you could be feeling like a drought in your life when it comes to relationships or something. Like friendships is what I'm mostly seeing here. You know, like soul family, soul pod, like just feeling like disconnected, or if you do have a friends group, it's like you're not feeling very connected to them, or you're on the outs, or I don't know, it's like a cold energy towards this friend group. And I feel like it's gonna get better eventually. Like this too shall pass. This is just the season you're in. And again, like you will come to a place where things will bloom and blossom and grow and flourish, and where you will be seen and noticed and appreciated and a part of something, you know, where you will feel that kind of connection. But it's like right now you're working through difficulties, like when it comes to friendships. I'm seeing friendships and familial energy here. So like familial relationships, so like siblings, parents, cousins, people that you've known since childhood, and friendships like soul pod, like soul family, chosen family. Like you're working through some difficult energy. Oh my God, look, the moon came out. Yeah, look. Oh my gosh. That's so cool. I love when the tarot does that. It's just like reiterating, it's confirming. But yeah, let me show you. You have the Knight of Swords, and I mean, not the Knight. And this deck is called the Knight, but it's the King of Swords, and then the King of Swords came out. And then you have the Moon card, and the Moon card came out too here in this deck. So yeah, like 2 cards came out that already came out. So that's just like reiterating that message. And then we got the 3 of Swords, like pain. So I feel like you're dealing with pain, like painful things, like when it comes to relationships and friendships or familial relationships, people that you've known for a long time, people that were in your life for a long time. You know, like you now have to face like some difficult truths or realities. You know, you're getting like a bird's eye view of the dynamics and like what was playing out and why and how, and like how was it affecting you, how was it influencing you. I feel like it had a negative effect on you, like a heartbreaking effect on you, you know. So there's triggers and traumas and wounds that you have to work through, and you're trying to make sense out of it first. Like you're bringing logic to it to try to understand it, which we do have to be careful with, like not intellectualizing our emotions. We have to like feel our feels. I am seeing you like intellectualizing it, like using your mental, you know, like your mentality, your logic to understand what happened here, to understand where this pain is coming from, to understand like the wounds and the sensitivities and the hurts, the pain, you know, like what's making you sad. It's like you're sad. You have an internal sadness, and it's like you're learning about it. Yeah. I feel, Cancer, like people didn't reflect back to you. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like relationships for you were difficult because relationships, they're mirrors. So they're supposed to reflect back to you like truths about yourself. Like you get to learn about yourself and know yourself the best through relationships, right? Like through a mirror, reflecting back to you. And I feel like you just had inaccurate mirrors like reflecting back to you. So maybe they reflected back to you you know, like that you're not worthy or that you're not enough, you know, because maybe people threw you out or they didn't treat you right or, you know, they didn't give to you. And so you internalize that as like, oh, there must be something wrong with me then, you know, like it turned into like a self-esteem thing, or you thought that there was something wrong with you because people were reflecting back to you like, oh, they're reflecting back to me that I'm not worthy, that I'm not enough, that I'm not giving enough, or that I'm not worthy to give to, you know. And so they could have made you feel very small. And I feel like you have a lot of trauma when it comes to relationships, and 2025 could have been like a year for you to like reflect on that and to see the truth about that, like see the truth about there's nothing wrong with me, you know, like not to take it on, not to internalize it, like that has to do with them, that says more about them than it ever did about me, you know. So you could see your truth, like you could see how you really show up in relationships and like what you have to offer. And just because people reflected back to you some inaccurate reflection of yourself, it like affected you, and it's like wounds that you carry, and it makes you feel small in some way, or it makes you feel like victimized in some way. And yeah, like you're just like putting all of this together, making sense out of this, making sense of your broken heart, you know, as it pertains to relationships. Because I feel like, again, you want to have healthy relationships, but it's like the setup, the way everything was wired, it was like healthy relationships maybe couldn't have happened because maybe like your beliefs around them, how you were raised, you know. So maybe it made you pick like wrong friends, you know, invest in wrong friends, and like now you're like getting everything in order, getting everything together, you're learning more so that you can pick better people to be in relationship with, be more discerning, you know. It's like you have a wisdom surrounding relationships here, and like friendships, and what that's supposed to feel like and look like, and what's unhealthy, like what is that not supposed to look like, you know. Like maybe some unhealthy patterns that you would bring in, like ways that you contributed, you know, because it's like what was role modeled to you, and like you're seeing how that was unhealthy, and you're seeing how to fix it, how to change that, so that, you know, you can put yourself in positions where things are healthy, and also where you're not in situations where it's like making you feel less than and like bad about yourself, you know, and like creating like trauma and wounds and stuff. But it's like you learn how to navigate this with more wisdom, because it's like you're learning, you're growing, you have the truth. It's like a hard truth, but you have it. And yeah, it just seems like this is the season you're in right now, like this is the work you're doing, but Spirit is saying that you're gonna flourish, you're gonna bloom. It's going to be apparent, it's going to be noticeable. You're going to get out of this rough patch. I feel like you're gonna find good people, or like, you know, your soul family, your friends, they're gonna see you, the true you, the real you, and they're gonna see themselves in you too. Like they're gonna see, oh, that's one of mine, you know, like that's a soulmate right there. And again, it doesn't have to be romantic, just like I said, like soul pod, soul fam, like, so then maybe you can attract like better relationships, healthier relationships, like reciprocal, give and take ones. So yeah, Cancer, that's what 2025 looked like for you. Those are your 2025 reflections. This is really good, very productive again, because relationships are a big part of our life. So of course we want to learn how to navigate them efficiently and like healthily, and make the right choices. And yeah, it's like you're navigating through that and like working through that and detangling like what was like all like tangled up. It's like you're seeing it clearly, you're seeing like what exists, like why it exists, how you feel, why, so you can make it right, you know, so you can have better experiences in the future. Okay, Cancer, so I truly hope that message served you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Take good care of yourselves, and until next time, bye. Hey Leo, we are going to be doing 2025 reflections today. We're going to be looking into what is the main energy of the lesson that you learned in 2025 or are still learning, your current energy right now, some messages from spirit, some advice about what you're integrating and what you're carrying forward, the wisdom that you're stepping into this new year. Okay, so let's see. We are doing a 5-card spread today. We got 1, 2. Let's see, 2025 reflections for Leo. Alrighty. Let's see what we have here. So what I'm seeing here for you guys is that the energy that you guys are in is a very confident one. I feel like you guys are definitely like feeling yourselves. You are feeling beautiful, attractive, magnetic. You are feeling passionate, full of energy, charismatic. So yeah, you could be like engaged like heavily with like whatever you're good at, your creativity, or again, just like the hostess with the mostest is what I'm hearing too. Like you're feeling on top right now. You're feeling very in control, powerful, very confident, okay? This is amazing because the main energy that I'm seeing here that you were working through was just that. Like for you to see yourself, in this light, for you to be able to acknowledge that this is your energy and that you have it in spades, and that potentially maybe you do shine very bright, and like to be okay with that, to allow that, you know what I mean? To just allow yourself to be what you are and who you are, and to shine bright and to step into that energy fully. So I do see you in that energy fully. So I love to see that because I feel like the main energy, the main lesson was that to like step into like your divinity is what I'm hearing, like into your brightness, to let yourself shine bright, to not be afraid to be the brightest. And then I'm seeing that you're in a very confident position. So I feel like that is in alignment. Like your lesson, I feel like you were successful in integrating that and learning that, and like not being afraid to just like be who you are, I'm hearing Te Quedo Grande that's a Karol G and Shakira song. So it's about like breaking up with a guy and saying like, I was too much for you, like I'm too big for you. Te quedo grande means like I'm too big for you. Whoever in your life that can resonate with, it's like if I'm too much for you, so what? I'm not gonna dim my light, I'm not gonna dim my shine, I'm not gonna become smaller, it's like if I'm too much for you, then go find less, like that. Like this is who I am, I guess I'm just too big for you, Te quedo grande. And like, like being okay with that, and like being like totally confident in that, because I feel like maybe you did play small or something. Maybe like you would play small, and it's like, no, it's like you learned I don't have to play small. This is who I am what I am. I'm not going to deny that. Let me just see. I'm gonna pull a clarifier here for this card. Yeah. Oh, this is crazy. I'm saying this is crazy because we got the Star card twice. This deck and this deck. And also the Star card is representative of Aquarius energy, and that's like your exact opposite. So that's also interesting. But yeah, it's like, I feel like you were playing small, or that you were like accepting less. Like you were just accepting like any old thing is what I'm hearing, or just like any kind of attention. And it's like now you're seeing like your caliber or something, and it's like I'm not like, I appreciate the gesture, but like I'm worthy of more or something, not in a conceited way. I don't think it's in a conceited way, because I do feel like that's what you worry about. Like you're like, I'm not trying to be conceited, like I don't want to like make it seem like I think I'm like like my shit don't stink or something. It's just, it is what it is though. It's like, it's just the truth though. It's like, I appreciate the gesture. I appreciate, you know, the attention, your time, your energy, but that's not enough for me, you know, because it's like, you know who you are, like, you know what you have to offer, you know that you're the star, you know what I mean? Like that you're a bright star, you know, and like how you see in this picture, it's like the brightest of the bunch, like you're the shiniest one, you know? So it's like, I'm not gonna settle. I'm not gonna settle for this, you know, that's not enough for me. I appreciate it, thank you, but no. You know, maybe you used to settle again because maybe you were playing small, or you thought that you weren't like what you are, but I feel like now you're really stepping into your power and you're not accepting that anymore. You're seeing the truth, and now like somebody is gonna have to come more, is gonna have to come through with way more than just that, you know, with way more than just like jokes and fun and games and dancing and drinking and just like, you know, gossiping and banter and you know, flirting, maybe giving you like sexual attention, sexual advances, talking about your appearance. It's like you're grown now. I don't know, it's like that's not gonna work on me anymore. Like that used to be enough for me once upon a time, but I'm grown now, or like I have more wisdom now. I see myself clearer now. I know what I am and I know what I deserve, and I'm not gonna settle. So yeah, I think the advice here is to be colder. And I think this is hard for you. It's not easy for you. Like, I don't see you as being someone super conceited, because I see that it's not easy for you to have this energy. That means like you're not comfortable in this energy fully yet, even though you know it to be true. Like, Spirit is trying to advise you to be more in that energy, to like be more cutthroat and like to be more cut-offish, like, you know, like have that strong cut-off game, like I will cut you out, you know, like don't play with me, you know. Because, you know, Leo, you are very generous. So I feel like you do want to have like fun and a good time, and you don't want to make people feel bad, you know, but it's like you also have to realize when something is just not enough, you know, because like you're at a different level, different place, so you're just like, no, that's not gonna cut it anymore. And like being able to, yeah, just like with no hesitation, like cut it out, you know, and not feel bad about it. I feel like you feel bad about it. I feel like that's what they're saying. Like, I know you feel bad about it, but I think what you're stepping into is like just knowing that this is how you protect yourself. And it's also like you're doing someone else a favor too, because it's like they're learning too somehow. I don't know what they could be learning, like, oh, I need to come through with more. I need to be more. I need to be better. I need to refine. So you could like be helping people like grow, you know, but it's just saying like not to feel bad. I know that's such a funny message. I even feel like funny giving it, but yeah, that's what I think it's saying. Like it's saying like don't feel bad, because I feel like you feel bad. Like you're like, damn it, like did I hurt their feelings? Did I say the wrong thing? Because I don't think you want to hurt anybody's feelings, but it's kind of like it's for the good of everyone. Like this is what's in alignment. Like you giving them the time of day, or like taking what they were giving you, offering, it's like that's what's unaligned. That's what would be a disservice. So you want to stay in alignment with like truth and divinity and wisdom, and this is that, you know. So it's just kind of like cut what is out of alignment. Like it's like, no, we're not compatible. I'm just gonna cut this now. Like we don't need to like entertain this. It's not happening. Or, you know, like that just wasn't enough for me. And if they want to be enough for you, then they'll do what they have to do. They'll grow and they'll be enough for you. But it's like being able to like discern, like, no, that ain't it, and to cut it out. Okay, Leo, so that was your message. I truly hope that message has served you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope to see you around here again very soon. Take good care of yourself, and until next time. Hey Virgo, today we are going to be doing a 2025 reflections reading, where we will be looking into what was the main lesson that you were learning this year, or that you're still learning. We're going to be looking into your current energy right now, any advice that Spirit has for you pertaining to what you're integrating, what you're carrying forward into the new year. So let's take a look at your 2025 reflections for Virgo. Okay, Virgo, so let's see what we have here. So what I'm seeing your current energy is right now is you seem to be kind of confused. I'm hearing lost in the sauce. Okay, so we'll see what that's about. But the main lesson that you were learning this year, it has to do surrounding like things that you think that you don't have any say or control over, like things that you feel victimized by, and like realizing that actually you do have power and it's a perceived victim mentality that you have. Like it's not real, like you're not truly a victim, you're just perceiving yourself as one. Like you're perceiving it as like, well, my hands are tied behind my back, there's nothing I can do, I have no control over this is just the way that it is. And that's not true. Okay, so I think that's what this year was about, is like you seeing like where you think that energy exists, you know, this energy of like, there's nothing I can do, this is what it is, this is who I am, and that's it. You know, because that's just not the case. Okay, because you're keeping yourself stuck or small or little, incapable, like you're keeping yourself in this victim mentality, and it's like you have more power than what you think. And it's kind of like coming back to that realization, coming back to that truth, and wanting to do something about it. Like not just wanting to sit there and be like, well, I'm just sitting here, like this is what it is. It's like get up and make a move, make a change, make up your mind, do something different. Like, you know, where there is a will, there is a way. And like I'm hearing animate, like get inspired to take action, you know, not just like sit there with your hands crossed and like you gave up. Like, no. It's like realizing that something isn't just going to fall on your lap. Something isn't just going to be given to you. You know, it's like you have to put in that effort. You have to put in that work. You have to manifest it. You have to create it for yourself. You have to be a willing participant, you know, and not just sitting there and like letting your life pass you by, like being a passerby in your own life, like being a bystander in your own life. You know, because you perceived something to be like, well, this is what it is. I can't control this. It's like you can control, you have control over this. I mean, I was going to say you can control everything, but really you can't. There are things that you don't have control over. I believe that. But specifically what this year was about was showing you things that you do have control over, because there are things that we don't have control over. But it's like other people, right? It's like we don't have control over like other people or maybe like external factors, but you have control over you. You have control over yourself. So anything that has to do with you, you have control over that. So it's like stepping into that truth, because I'm seeing here, according to these cards, that you have not stepped into that truth yet. Like you're still confused about it. It's still hazy. I also feel like, Virgo, you need to be more like accepting of like creativity and stuff. I don't know. Let me just see. Let me put clarifiers. Like you're not very like soft and like optimistic and creative and trusting, and like you're not, I don't see that energy in you. And like if you had more of that energy, I think this could be easier for you to like integrate, right? Yeah, like maybe you think that energy is weak energy, is like weak sauce energy, or you think like it's not impactful, like it's like, you know, it's not potent. But it's like that energy is actually the energy that you need. It's like the energy that you think is like the most unimpressive energy that there is the energy that actually you could use and benefit from. And like you could, like if you respected that energy a little bit more, getting yourself out of this mentality would be way easier. And yeah, it would be so much easier. I feel like you could have bad habits or like escapism tendencies. So you could have, like I said, bad habits. So I'm the first thing that came to my head was like smoking. So maybe like you smoke weed or something. It helps you to escape, and so you don't face what it is that you need to face. So I'm saying that, but it could also be like anything. It could be like any drugs and alcohol, substance abuse, where it's like you think like this is just who I am or something, and it's like you can get help, you know, you can go to AA. This doesn't have to be who you are, you know what I mean? Or you could be like, it runs in my family, or I was exposed to it very young, or this is all I know, this is how I know how to cope or something. And it's like there's something here that you're telling yourself that you don't have control over, you don't have a say over, that you're stuck, and you have to change your perspective around that. You have to change your mentality because you're keeping yourself stuck. If you wanted to change, if you wanted to do better, you could, but only that can only come from you. Like that want, that desire, it can only come from you. Like that will. You need to use your own free will to like free yourself from the things that are binding you and keeping you small. Because it's like, well, this is just who I am. And then whatever that is that you're convincing yourself that this is just who you are, it makes you feel bad, or it makes you feel stuck, like a victim, stagnant. But you can get yourself out, but you have to choose it and decide it and see the situation differently. You have to change your mind, you know? Whatever it is that's keeping you stuck. Maybe inner child work here will be beneficial for you. Maybe like you don't see the benefit of inner child work. Like you're just like, whatever. That's just some new age bullshit that people talk about. But inner child work, it just means like going back to your childhood and seeing what was missing. Like what did you not get? What did you not receive? Because according to like what you didn't get, you had to then like adapt, right? Like your nervous system had to learn how to survive and to adapt into something that you needed that you didn't get. And so throughout the years when we grow up, those adaptations, those behaviors, whatever way they manifested, because they manifest different for everybody, they become maladaptive. You know, at first it was adaptive, but then it becomes maladaptive because, you know, like it used to help you. It used to be something that would help you survive, but now it's just harming you. You know, it's not helping you survive anymore. Now it's just causing harm. And so that's when it becomes maladaptive, and that's when it becomes something you have to like work out and work through. You have to see the harm it's causing. And that's what inner child work is. It's like seeing like, okay, well, where did this behavior stem? Why do I have it in the first place? And how can I be better today? Like what need do I need to learn how to give myself, you know, like so that I can cope in a way that's healthier today. And I'm not stuck in like bad habits and things that are toxic, you know, toxicity. This could even be attracted to the wrong things. You could be attracted to the wrong things, to the wrong people, environments. Again, like substance abuse, drugs, alcohol, escapism tendencies, sex addictions, you know, like whatever the hell this is. It, again, like this could be anything, and you know, and this is a general message. So for different people, it's going to resonate differently. So it's a matter of you like discerning, you know, like stop being lost in the sauce and get real, get honest with yourself, and discerning, pinpointing like what is the issue, what's the problem, what's keeping me small, what's binding me, what's consuming me, what has control over me, you know? Why don't I have control over it, you know? Because it should be the other way around. Like you should be in control, you know, not whatever this is. If this thing is what's in control and what's driving you, then that's like your main indicator of like this is a problem. So it's like becoming aware of these things, becoming more balanced, seeing the truth, seeing where you're keeping yourself small, like where you're deciding, where you're choosing to keep yourself small, and what you can do to fix it, you know, to like for that desire to get better, to like go off, you know, for you to feel that spark of like, no, I want to get better, I want to do better, I don't want to be consumed by this anymore, I want to overcome, I'm stronger, I'm not a victim to this, my hands are not tied, I can untie my hands, I'm not just going to succumb to like, oh well, this is it just is what it is, you know, or this is who I am, oh well. Like it's like, no, you can fight to be different, you can rewire like your brain and your nervous system. You can heal, you can bring balance, you can do all of that. You can do inner child work, you can go there, you can do this, you know. Just stop being so rigid. Like, stop being like, well, that's just bullshit, like, oh, whatever, like, you know, like, it's like you could like brush it off, like, oh, that's nothing, who cares. And that could be the very thing, that thing that you're brushing off or like thinking it's irrelevant, that could be the very thing that like makes a huge difference for you and helps you overcome something that you feel like is just destiny or something. Like, you feel like these were just the cards that were dealt. This is my destiny. This is what I just have to live with. And it's like, no, you don't have to stay suffering. You know what I mean? You can rise up, you can overcome. That's what life is all about. And that's what being in Earth School is all about. It's like learning lessons and rising and meeting life and facing it, you know, overcoming, growing. So yeah, there's something here that you could be doing, growth that could be attained, and you're just like not looking at it clearly. I feel like you're still not looking at it clearly. So that was like the lesson of 2025. So I guess you're bringing this with you into 2026. It's never too late. It's never too late to turn it around. As we get older, I think it does get harder to like rewire our brain, because our brain is like so used to like whatever neurological pathways have been in place for so long. But it's not impossible. It's not impossible. So you could do it. Okay. Virgo, so that was your message. I truly hope this message has served you. Thank you for being here with me today. I hope to see you around here very soon, and until next time. What's up, Libra? Today we are going to be doing 2025 reflections. So we are going to be looking at the main energy of the year, like what lessons you could be still learning, where you are now, your current energy, as well as some advice from Spirit about, you know, what you're integrating and what you're carrying forward into the new year. So let's take a look at your 2025 reflections for Libra. Let's see what comes out for you. Whoop. Oh, I caught one with my thigh. And this one also flipped. So, okay. I meant to say with my knee, like I pinched it with my knee. Good reflexes. Okay, so let's see, Libra. So your current energy right now seems to be very defensive. You seem to be very defensive here. We'll see against what in a bit. But I'm seeing, okay, so I'm saying that the lesson of 2025 was for you to be like still, calm, peaceful, like for you to be able to sleep at night, for you to have like clarity, or like create the environment for you to receive clarity. Okay, because I am seeing you like very like defensive and like wanting to fight and wanting to defend and like fight back, you know, and stand your ground. But I think the lesson for you this year was supposed to be more like chill, like stand back, like not be so defensive, and just kind of like protect your peace and sleep a lot and rest a lot and not have to fight so much, or, you know, like not have to be looking over your shoulder and like fighting and like defending yourself and feeling attacked, like going inside and like not engaging with that energy and like resting instead and sleeping and finding clarity and breathing and making time for mindfulness, you know, for stillness, for quiet, peace and quiet, like not feeling the need to fight people and to like defend yourself, maybe to like explain yourself, stand your ground, you know. It's like whatever, you can fight with yourself, you know. I'm not engaging in that. I don't have to explain myself. I know the truth and that's good enough for me. Goodbye. You know, like that kind of energy was supposed to be like the main lesson that you were working through this year. But considering that your current energy is like you're very defensive, I'm not sure how successful we were, which is fine. There's not a deadline to these things, okay? You could just be taking this with you into the new year as something that you still have to work on, and that's completely fine. So yeah, Spirit is saying that you do need a change, okay? You need a change because I feel like there have been instances in your reality, in your life, where you could have chosen to like stand back or like to relax, to rest. I'm so sorry if you can hear my stomach. It's growling. I think, you know, I'm hungry. It's lunchtime, but I'm almost done here. So I want to finish these readings before I go eat. So I'm so sorry if you can hear that. But yeah, like I was saying, you have had opportunity, you know, in your year, you know, to like stand down, to stand back, to not engage, to rest, you know. And I feel like Spirit is showing me here that you have not taken those chances, that you have not taken those opportunities, that you continue to engage and like, you know, to defend. I feel like, I don't know, it's like you can't just ignore somebody, you know. It's like you always have to respond, or if something is like difficult, you know, like going against the grain in some way, I don't know, like maybe you try to fix it, or you try, it's like you're a try hard. Spirit is saying to disengage. Like the main message for you, Libra, is like you're supposed to disengage with something that it's like it's constant. It's gonna constantly push your buttons. It's gonna constantly be there. And if you want to constantly defend yourself and stand your ground and explain yourself, or and if it's not that, it could be like something that no matter how you show up or what you do or how you try to help, it's like it's always going to be going against you. It's like something is going against you and you keep engaging with it instead of like, I'm not engaging with that. Like you could, if you want to go against me, you could do that all by yourself. You know, I don't have time for this. I don't have energy. I need to protect my peace. It's like you're fighting against something and you're continuously engaging with it. And Spirit is saying like not to do that. And they're saying that you should change, that you need to change this. Like you need to change in this ASAP. You've had opportunities to not engage with this, to choose yourself in peace and rest and sleep and silence and stillness and like meditation and rest and clarity, but it's like you haven't chosen that. You continuously choose to continue to engage and fight and defend and all of that, like to keep trying, and it's like we need new energy, you know. What is this? Yeah, it's like you're working against something. Like you're working against something. They don't want you to work against it. They just want you to like disengage. I want to see what this is over here though. Oh, this is too much. Okay, I get it. So what you're stepping into, like what you're integrating, the seeds you're going to be planting in the, you know, for 2026 is basically to like, if something is incompatible with you, if something clearly isn't working, like if someone does not want to change their mind, or you have to continuously explain yourself, defend yourself, that's just an incompatibility. Like something is not in agreement. Like leave that behind. Don't waste your time on that. I feel like you're such a fixer. You want to fix things. They're like, no, you can't be the only one trying to fix things. You know what I mean? Like if you're trying to fix things and people still want to fight with you, like that's never gonna work. So you have to know like when enough is enough, like when your effort is no longer, like it's not working, you know, and like when to like disengage so that you can like build with people that are going to be like good for you, you know, so you can actually build. Because I feel like with this energy you can't even build anything, and then like you feel, you know, like it could mess with your self-esteem, your self-worth. You're not getting what you deserve, or like it's getting in the way because you're like focusing your attention on this crap over here instead of like disengaging with it and making room for like the good stuff, for like what is meant for you, and like what is going to stand the test of time and be very valuable. You know what I mean? Something that's going to make you feel strong and powerful and passionate and full of life, and someone that is going to treat you right and with respect and honor, you know, that is going to be responsible and show up You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like you need to stop trying to fix things if there's like no fix. You know, for you to fix something, like both people have to want to fix it. If like these people over here are like dead set on whatever they're dead set on, and you're like dead set on like trying to convince them, that's just like a clashing that's never gonna resolve. And you're wasting your time there when you could just disengage with that. Rest. You don't have to fight all the time. And then you keep yourself open for what's good, for what's valuable, for what's actually going to be good for you and provide a sense of safety and structure and containment in the best way. And what's going to, like, you know, like help you feel again like confident and passionate and worthy, you know, and like you're gonna be able to discern like what's valuable and what's completely unvaluable, like what's a complete and total waste of time and like what isn't, and what feels better, what gives you warmth, what like feeds into you too, instead of like engaging like in that way, like in that like I'm fighting, you know what I mean? It's like you're not meant to engage like that. Like maybe like the relationships that you have right now or whatever it is that you're going through right now, it's like I feel like you're trying to participate, but it's not fun, or it's very draining, or like it steals your light or something. And it's just like, I don't want to play this game anymore. I don't want to play this anymore. I don't like this. This doesn't feel good for me. I'm out of here, you know? That sort of thing. Like seeing like where do I belong? What feels good for me? What's gonna nourish me? It's like I don't play like this. Like this is how you guys play. Is this how you guys interact? Is this what y'all want to do? This is not me. This is not how I operate or function or what feels good to me. This is not how I feel nourished or supported or loved, you know? And it's like disengaging so that you can find like something stable and long-term and long-lasting. Okay, Libra. I'm like, I almost forgot who we were doing. Okay, Libra, that was your message. That was, you know, your 2025, reflections of 2025. That's what you're bringing with you into 2026. So I truly hope that this message has served you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Take good care of yourselves, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Hey Scorpio, we are going to be doing 2025 reflections. We're going to be looking into what was the main lesson of what you were learning this year or what you were going through this year. What's the main energy surrounding that, as well as the current energy that you're in right now. Some advice from Spirit regarding what you're integrating and carrying forward into the new year. So we are going to be doing a 5-card spread. Let's take a look at 2025 reflections for Scorpio. So Scorpio, I'm seeing that you're in an energy that is very like stable, like very consistent, like very dedicated to whatever your responsibilities are. Like you're just like, you know, doing what it is you have to do day in, day out, staying committed and dedicated and responsible, you know, doing a little bit every day. The main lesson that you were learning this year, it has to do with destruction, with things like falling apart. Let me see exactly what, but yeah, like destroying what no longer served you. Maybe you're like a creature of habit and it's hard for you to deviate from the plan or like move away from like what you're used to doing, but it's kind of like gathering the information that you need to see that something like is falling apart, or it doesn't have a very strong like foundation, that it's a little bit like unstable, and like it's not meant to last forever because it could just be like a lie or just harmful in some way. And being able to like gather the information so that you can move away from something that you felt very like committed to. Yeah, I feel like you didn't want to let something go, like you didn't want to let something die or destroy or something that was bad for you. It's like you wanted to keep like trying or keep working at it or keep like fighting for it, defending it. And it's like understanding that this was meant to crumble, like this was meant to fall down, because again, either it was a lie or it's harmful. I'm hearing a defense coping defense mechanism. Sorry, my brain is fried at this point, but it could be like maladaptive behavior, you know, like a coping, like you're trying to cope, but it's unhealthy and you're trying to cope in unhealthy ways. So it's like, it's overall harmful. So, you know, like this had to fall apart, this had to destroy, but you could have been very resistant to this. And the advice for you is like, there's more on the other side of this. Like you think like, oh, well, if this destroys, like that's just the end, you know, point blank period, that's where it ends. And it's like, no, like there's more beyond that. It's looks like an ending, and it could very well be an ending, but there's more to the story that needs to unfold. There's more beyond that. There's more to traverse. Like you can expand and grow beyond this, you know, and they want you to be willing to do that, to want to like expand your horizon and move forward and like invite something new in, or like make your way forward towards something different, something new, to like conquer something different. Yeah, it's like you don't see a way forward or something, like you didn't see a way forward, and Spirit is saying like it's so abundant on the other side of this. Like they want to reassure you that there's abundance, you know, there's reciprocity, there's more. I'm hearing there's always enough, there's stuff, you know, stuff to be gained. There's like so much abundance on the other side. So it's like you think that there's nothing left. Like once this destroys, once this ends, that you're left with nothing, you know? Like you're left with the ashes. You're just left with dust, with zero. And Spirit wants you to like see that there's so much more on the other side, and it's brighter and it's more beautiful and it's better and it's reciprocal. Because I feel like you had to fight really, really hard over here for whatever this is that you're holding on to. It's like you really had to like put forward a lot of energy, where on the other side, like I feel like it's going to be more reciprocal, and you're going to feel more nourished and like supported and taken care of than here. Because here it's like almost like you're the one that's like doing all of the support and nourishing and taking care of. But on the other side, you're gonna feel some of that like being like put back into you, you know? And they just want, I feel like they're saying like, jump in, it's okay, I promise. It's not so bad. You know, they're just trying to convince you like it's not so bad. There's more to experience. Maybe you're used to giving too. I'm seeing something about like you're used to being the giver, and it's like you need to be given too. You know what I mean? Like there should be a reciprocity. Like things should be equal and balanced and fair. I feel like things weren't equal and balanced and fair, and you were like settling for that. And you could be finding yourself in a situation where you could be the needier party right now. You know, like you need like love and attention and care and support. And you're gonna get that. I feel like it exists for you on the other side. And I'm also hearing like you need to learn how to receive, because some of us are not good receivers. Like I see you're a good giver, like very devoted, you know, and willing, but how about receiver? Can you receive? Are you a good receiver? Because yeah, we need to be able to do both. It's a two-way street, right? What am I looking for? I know I'm shuffling for something. Let me see. It's too many. Please, Spirit, just... Spirit is like, I said what I said. Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, Spirit is just trying to convey to you that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I feel like you think that the destruction of whatever this is for you is the end. Like it signifies the end, and then you're gonna be left with nothing, and you're gonna be in the dark and alone, and you know, and like you put so much effort and like for nothing, you know, like you were so willing, and Spirit is saying like no, like it's actually going to bring balance to things. There's more on this side. You need to let this go because there's nothing here for you. This is unhealthy. This needs to go. This needs to destroy. It could be a mentality, the way you think, the way you perceive things, the way you gather information. Let me see. Can you please tell me, Spirit, what exactly is it that they need to... I mean, they can't be super specific because this is a general message, but what do they need to... Ooh, 2 of Cups, a relationship or something. Ooh, 2 of Cups, like a... So this could be a relationship. So yeah, like your mentality needs to shift around this. So you need to let go of a relationship or something. It could be a romantic relationship, a relationship in general. Yeah, Scorpio. So the way that you perceive relationships, there's like an unhealthy way that you approach them, or like that you think they're supposed to look like. And you're supposed to expand your horizons. You're never gonna like reach your highest potential the way that you're doing things right now. In order to allow Spirit in to align you with like what's best, you need to be able to discern that this is no longer good for you. I feel like you're right now at the place where it's like you're getting little hints, you know, you're like you're gathering a little bits and pieces of information, and you're realizing things, but you're not fully there yet. Like your mind is not fully made up, and they need you to be fully made up. Like they need your mind to be fully made up of like, I need to go. Like this, there's nothing here. This is just stale, stagnant, old, rotten. There's no flow here. In order to invite new energy in, like this isn't, nothing is going to change here. I feel like you are a try-hard in the best way. Like you're very devoted, and you want to like keep, you know, making things happen and trying. And if I just keep trying, and if I just keep showing up, no matter how hard it is, if I just keep staying committed and devoted, like things can change. But this was meant to fall apart. This was meant to fall apart. And you letting it fall apart is actually you letting God in, because that's like the best thing that can happen here, okay? Is for you to realize that there's nothing here you need to like let this go. You need to move forward. You need to like not be on the like, maybe I can kind of see that this is not good, and these are the reasons. It's like you need to be at the place where it's like, this is not good, and no matter how hard this is gonna be, this is detrimental to everybody involved, and I need to make this decision because it's what's best. You know, they want you to be very matter of fact, and of course that takes time. You can't like force yourself to be there. It's a process. It takes time, okay? But this is the energy that you could be like bringing in to 2026. And yeah, it's like they just want you to like realize your highest and fullest potential, your happiness. They want you to become who you're meant to be. They want you to be in something reciprocal, give and take, not to only be a giver, but also be a receiver. They are noticing right now, I think that you've been so depleted that you might be the needier party here, and like you might need a little extra attention and support and nourishment and rest. I feel like you can find all of that on the other side of this, okay? They're saying that exists for you. They're saying there's a reset, there's a slowing down, there's a reset. And yeah, it's going to take work and planning, and you know, but you can do it. You know, it's going to be so worth it, because you're going to feel happy and like yourself and authentic, and like good things are coming in, instead of constantly feeling like, you know, you're going against the grain or fighting an uphill battle. Like, you know what I mean? Instead of constantly feeling like things are falling apart or on the verge, or like I don't want it to erupt, I have to walk on eggshells. It's like, no, you know, none of that. You can relax. You're going to be able to relax, and things are going to like flow smoothly, and you're going to be like, wow, I didn't even know this was possible. But it was all along on the other side. So you just have to allow yourself to jump in, like get there. get there, okay? Start that journey, start walking that path. Spirit is lighting the way for you, and you have support from spirit, but like also like tangibly on the other side, it looks like very motherly energy, like feminine energy. So motherly, feminine. So whether this is a mother that you're going to be relying on that like needs to nurture you and care for you and like baby you a little bit, or what if you're looking for a wife, that could be it too. Or it could just be like a motherly energy and a motherly presence that is going to provide that for you. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. You have healing to do, and I feel like you're going to get the help that you need to do it. Okay, Scorpio, so that was your 2025 reflections. I truly hope that message has served you. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and I hope to see you around here again very soon. Take care. Hey Sagittarius, today we are going to be doing your 2025 reflections reading, where we look into the main energy of the lessons that you were learning this year, or still learning, going into the new year, as well as where you currently are now, the energy you're in right now, advice from spirit about what you're integrating and carrying forward into the new year. So let's take a look at what wants to come out for you guys, Sagittarius, for this 2025 reflections reading. We are going to be doing a 5-card spread today. And if I'm out of breath, it's because you're the last sign. So I might be a little out of breath. My brain felt a little bit fried for Scorpio. So I hope I do a good job with you guys. I know I will. I will definitely get the messages across. So let's go. Sagittarius. One more card for you. Alrighty, perfect. Let's see what we have here for you guys. So Sagittarius, I'm seeing right now that you are in a very inquisitive state. I feel like you are trying to study, trying to learn, gather information, put pieces to the puzzle together, trying to like figure something out, solve something. I see you actively in this energy. The main lesson that you were working through this year, it could have been surrounding, so I'm getting 2 possibilities here. So I'm seeing that the main energy could have been surrounding like stepping fully into your confidence, you know, like being who you are unapologetically, boldly, loudly, you know, and with conviction, like stepping into your passions, like the things that light you up inside, like just being yourself, like putting a lot of time and attention into yourself, your appearance, you know, like dressing yourself nicely and doing your hair and doing your makeup and just feeling very confident in your skin and just, you know, like moving through life with this kind of presence. So that can be one possibility I'm seeing here for you. And another possibility, I'm going to pull a clarifier just to see where we're leaning towards, but another possibility is like women, like your relationship with women, or what attracts you, like what attracts you. What you're pulled in by, like something regarding that. So let me see exactly what this card means. Please, clarification. Ooh. Maybe it's both. So just take it how it resonates. Yeah, so I feel like you're struggling. Whichever one resonates for you, I feel like you're struggling here. Just because it makes it easier for me to read this, I'm gonna stick with this is your confidence. This has to do with like your confidence levels. Okay, so maybe like you were unsure of yourself, Sagittarius. I don't know, like if you had gone through something difficult and you felt betrayed, or you felt downtrodden, you felt like you were just in a really dark place, that you couldn't, like you didn't put a lot of time and attention and focus on yourself. And so maybe like that affected your self-esteem or your identity, your confidence levels, what you think you're worthy of attracting, you know. And I think Spirit is trying to say that this was actually an opportunity for you to see like the beliefs that you have about yourself. Like, what are the beliefs that you have about yourself? Because if your confidence can be so easily shaken, I don't want to say easily, because we did get the 10 of Swords. That's hardcore energy. That's like a painful, that's something very, very painful. Like, it can be a betrayal, or it could just be something that just like completely takes you out, you know, like took all the like life out of you, energy out of you, that just had you in a really, really dark place. And so, you know, maybe you weren't really feeling yourself, or again, like focused on yourself, or putting time or energy or attention on yourself. And it could be like that your self-image or your confidence like got really rocked by whatever this is that happened to you. Yeah, it's like an opportunity for you to see why. Like, why did that happen? Like, what beliefs do you hold about yourself that allowed you to get to this point, to this place? Like, you know, it's like, it's an opportunity for you to see something, for you to see like a fear that you have, or a wound, or like a trigger, like a sensitivity, like where this anxiety comes from. Like, if this was a person, I feel like you're seeing this person's true colors. Like, this person, you could have thought that they were just like everything. They were so attractive, that they were top of the line or something. And, you know, like that this person symbolized what top of the line meant or something. And like now, like that completely, like your image of this is completely shattered or something. Like, you're seeing like how that was an illusion, like how this perception that you had was an illusion. I'm hearing Lady Gaga, it wasn't love, it was a perfect illusion. But yeah, at the end of the day, whatever happened here, Sagittarius, in 2025, I'm seeing that like it was meant, this was an opportunity meant to shine a light on something that exists inside your subconscious, like an opportunity for you to work on whatever that was. Because it was definitely like making an influence here in your mind and your mentality, and how like you perceive things, experience things, the things that you get anxious by, the things that haunt you in the middle of the night. Now I'm hearing that Taylor Swift song Daylight, what she says in the end, like the spoken part in the end. She says something like, the things I don't want to be remembered for, the things I'm afraid of, or the things that haunt me in the middle of the night. Like, I want to be remembered for like the things that I love. So I don't know, I'm so sorry, Sagittarius. I feel like I'm doing such a bad job on this, because this Queen of Wands is like getting me. She's confusing me right now, because it could be either or. So yeah, I just feel like whatever this is, whether this is like your own self-confidence was rocked, or something that you were like giving importance to, or something that you were attracted to, or a particular person that you like put on a pedestal. It's like something is, you're seeing that something was an illusion, like something is cracking. Okay, the illusion is cracking, and it could be painful, it hurts, but this is an opportunity for you to see like, where did this illusion come from, and why do you have it? And you know, because it influences you in some way. And yeah, I feel like you're in the process of like uncovering like all of that, what I just said, like how does it influence me, and why am I so anxious, why am I so sensitive to this? Like, you're in the midst of that, okay? And you're meant to be, like Spirit is saying, you're meant to be. This was part of the process for you to expand, for you to like become aware of something, like for the light to get bigger, and like for you to see something more clearer, so that you can graduate. I feel like you need to graduate. So now I'm hearing that this was really painful, this was really painful, but it's never going to happen to you again. Like, it's a promise that it's never going to happen again. Like, it's painful now and you have to work through it, but once you work through it, you graduate, and now this can never hurt you again. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think like you're going through it. You could be going through it right now, and it could be very hard for you, but something here is like integrating, like masculine and feminine energies are integrating here. I feel like there's a whole realignment, like the energies are realignment, like things are realigning. Like this was an opportunity for you to go in your psyche somehow. Like this was an opportunity for you to see, like, okay, like how you were not perceiving reality like correctly, like what was hazy, like what was off, like what was wrong, and like why were you perceiving it so wrong, and you know, like aligning it, you know, seeing the truth so that now you're perceiving it correctly. Now you have like an accurate perception or view, and you know, it's like you're broadening that perspective or something, and that can be painful, but it's what's true. And like this is you letting like God into the picture and like showing you, like shining a light, like, you know, through your own life and experiences. They have to like use your own life and experiences to be able to show you like where you were wrong and off, and where you were looking at something that wasn't really there, or why, or how you were looking at something that wasn't the truth. You know, like whether you were taking your self-esteem, like your confidence levels, like, oh, like, well, I'm confident as long as someone is reflecting back to me A, B, and C. And then as soon as that gets taken away, it's like then you're rocked, you know. And then you start to realize like, oh crap, like my confidence levels are tied to something in the external. Like that's not stable, and that's an illusion, you know. Like I need to be able to like have it within me, like have it cultivated within me, so it's not so easily rocked, you know. If this has to do with like your own confidence and your own, like, you know, like what you bring to the table, and like who you are and how you present, your identity and your passions, your purpose, your creativity, like being very vocal and loud and bold, like your ability to like command, you know, like have like a strong presence. It's like, where does that come from? You know, what fuels that? Okay, these could be questions like that you are like actively uncovering or seeking, or okay, if it's not that, then it could be uncovering you know, like what's attractive, and like why is that attractive to you, why was that desirable, why were you pulled in by that, and you know, like maybe it wasn't love, it was a perfect illusion, mistaken for love, you know. That's that song. So, and now you're seeing like, oh crap, like what took me in, and why did that take me in, and what did I think, you know, it was, and what did I put on a pedestal, what was I attracted to, you know. It's like it's an invitation to your psyche and like your mind and the way your brain is wired, and yeah, like realigning everything and expanding your perception and growing and learning, and being able to close out this chapter with like brand new wisdom, and like never being able to be hurt by this again or fooled. You know what I mean? Like it's like an invitation, it's like the start of a journey, and I feel like it very much so looks like a start, but I feel like in the new year you could potentially like finish like a phase to this process, like have a very successful end in some way here, and like align with the truth and see the full picture, see the whole picture, and even be able to talk about it, like even be able to like communicate something surrounding it, or make better decisions, like make higher decisions moving forward, like not giving someone so much power over like how you perceive yourself or how you feel about yourself, or not being attracted to like the wrong things. I truly hope that served you. I hope it helps you. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll try my best to clarify anything. But that was your message. Those were your 2025 reflections. I hope that you got something out of that. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Take good care of yourselves, and until next time. That concludes our 2025 reflections reading. I went through each of the 12 zodiac signs. I hope this was helpful. We are going to be looking into 2026 energy. I just wanted to let the energy settle in, and then we're going to be going into that. Okay, so I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.